Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man at your services. How are you all? I hope you're doing very, very well. And to help me feel a bit better as well, cheers y'all. Your good health. And I said there'd be more Ghostbustery stuff going on, didn't I? I warned you. I did warn you. Hasbro, the king of toys and merch, have put out yet another range of Ghostbusters figures. Look how gingerly I was doing that then. Almost reverently. You can see who that is there, lying there, in repose. It's Gozer! Gozer, the Destructor, the Traveller. And I've only got 2 figures. There is 6, I think there is. And I've got Ray Stantz as well. Look at that. Hey. Now, as I say, these are from Hasbro. And I think they came out 2020, I think. Back end of 2020 sort of time. And there's a full set of them there. And the way that they work is that in each package, for each character, you get a body part of Vince Clortho, Terror Dog. And obviously, once you've got them all, you've built Vince Clortho. So, I've only got 2, but Gozer has the head of Vince Clortho's Terror Dog. So, I mean, it's a nice marketing thing, isn't it? Why not just bring all the figures out and make a Vince Clortho figure as well? You know, and then you can. Hasbro don't lose output that way because people are still going to buy the extra figure. I don't know. But nice packaging as well. I quite like this. Sadly, Ray Stantz got slightly stoved in delivery and shipment. But, the figure seems to be okay. Haven't opened it yet. But there you go. I mean, you get, like, our main boys. Eyeless, weirdly, on the side there. You get the full set on the back. And, rather convenient, it says, like, which particular numbered character has which particular part of Vince Clortho. As if you couldn't work that out for yourself. Some people can't, I don't know. And I like the way that the colouring of the packaging sort of goes in line with the colour of the original costume. The ghost-busting uniform, the jumpsuit, the coveralls. You know what? I do cosplay as well, and I've never yet done a Ghostbusters cosplay, but I've got my flight suit for McCready from The Thing. I've got the Michael Myers original olive green coveralls from Halloween 1 and 2, and I've got the blue coveralls from Halloween 2018 and what's coming next in Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. So, I've got to get another set of coveralls. You know what? I think I will. Because the amount of merch that's coming out now, there's always been a lot of merch. Since Ghostbusters come out initially in the cinemas, obviously with pop videos and Ray Parker Jr., loads of toys and lunch boxes and drinks, things, all sorts of stuff came out. Toys, obviously. And then the real Ghostbusters cartoon, a whole load more came out. And you had Ghostbusters 2. And then, of course, the lamentable all-female Ghostbusters. Only partially saved by two things. The great score, because that film has got a wonderful score. And Chris Hemsworth doing great comedy, as we know he can do. Not enough. Not enough, though, because that film is still a lamentable turd. And there'll be no sequels to that. But we've got Ghostbusters Afterlife, which is going to reunite our surviving members of the original cast. Oh, yes. Later on this year, the back end of 2021. Oh, yes. And the film was made over a year ago and finished, done and dusted. But that pesky pandemic thing, oh, it's worse than these things. Ooh, getting away. So, folks, there they are in the packages. I'm going to go and get a knife and some scissors, and we're going to hook into them. So I'm going to see you all in a wee bit. Are you a god? No. Then die. Hey, look at that. It's not bad, is it? Look at these guys. Right, now, having spent an agonising 5, maybe 10 minutes ripping these boxes open, and prizing the parts out of these really harsh plastic shell case bloody things with a knife and with skizzers. The next trauma was attaching all the bits and bobs. Ray, as you can see, has his Proton-Pack, and rather fantastic it is too. He has his Neutona-Wand, he has his Ecto Goggles, but Ray, as you can see there, true to form for Dan Aykroyd, has a bit of a beer belly, a bit of a paunch going on. So, yeah, it's not that easy putting the backpack on. The backpack, folks, I'll move Gozer out the way for a second. The backpack you can take apart. You can see the straps, which it's a good rendition of the Proton-Pack. It's not bad at all. I think one of these hoses is a different colour than it should be. I think it should be white, but it's yellow on this. I don't know. Some purists may go, no, it's a deal breaker. Well, you know, get over it. Because I think the costumes are a bit lighter as well in colour. I don't know if you're picking that up too well there, because the sun is now bedazzling me. But yeah, I think the costume is slightly lighter in tone. But gotta love the logo. Gotta love the logo. It's awesome. Now, as I say, the Proton-Pack. There is a stud in this, in there, and a hole in his back. So, you stick that in there and it fixes to his back quite nicely. However, you have this sort of canvas strapping effect. Yes, the Alice Pack type deal going on here. And the waist belt. But what you do, folks, there's a little peg here. That whole green contraption, apparatus, comes away from the Proton-Pack. However, I don't recommend that's what you do. What I recommend you do is just unclip that bit there. See the little stud there? Take that off, and then you can fit one arm and his head through it, and then you can just slot it all back in, affix it in with a stud in the hole in his back, and clip that back on. That may take a bit of time because, as I say, his beer belly does pose a slight problem. It does for many men of a certain age. But it definitely does, because it's a bit of a tight fit around there. But once it's on, and you've really got no need to take it off again, have you? Let's be honest. Articulation wise, yeah, the feet swivel. Let's take him off the stand. By the way, these are stands that I made myself when I was part of the company Seen in 3D. Many moons ago we created these, and then George Lucas took offence by us using Star Wars figures. Hasbro again in our advertising campaign, as if he didn't have enough money anyway. But anyway, so now I've not put the hairdryer on this guy because I've only stuck him out the box. But as you collectors of figures know, sometimes these guys are a bit stiff. You know, like when you wake up in the morning, you're a bit stiff. But if you've got someone lying next to you, you can rectify that. So his feet swivel like that. That's kind of nifty. There's little sort of Star Trek style boots. They should be combat boots, but they look more like Star Trek on that, I think. Yeah. And you've got that, and you've got a thigh and hip swivel. The arms. You're not going to do much with the arms because the gloved hands. I like that as well, that you've got the elbow pads and the gloves on. I know some figures didn't have that, but these guys do. And so the gloved hands do swivel, so you can fit the Neutona-Wand into their hands. So it all works out great. You've got a bit of nimble sort of messing about to do, a bit of flexing and what have you, but it works. The name tag, spot on. The Ecto Goggles are great. Once you've got them over his quiff, I shall now try to lift them up so you can see his face, so you can see the sculpting on his face and the likeness. And you know what? I can't get their fucking goggles off. Oh yeah, there you go. Best to do from the back. That is not a bad likeness of Dan Aykroyd. Certain angles really do pick it up. Like that, I'm seeing Dan. I've got Mr. Aykroyd in miniature in my hand, in my conservatory right now. But there's other... Well, it looks like in there as well. In fact, that looks really good. I think I'm getting the sunlight coming in, so you guys are probably seeing a much clearer picture than what I'm getting with the sun glare as well. But with the sun glare, I'm getting that, oh, it's kind of obscured and it's probably smoothed over a lot of the discrepancies. But right now, that's looking a lot like him. Got the quiff, you know, got the high fod, beer belly. Yeah, that is not a bad figure. That is not a bad figure at all. Detail on the Neutona-Pack, the Proton-Pack. There's too many bits and bobs, isn't there? You know, that's really good. The tubing, the hoses, the nozzles, the switches. Yeah, that's pretty damn good. And the wand itself, yeah, I'm going with that. The goggles, yeah, one goggle is extended, one lens is extended, one is retracted. In the original film, one of them should be black at the end. So I mean, you've got a Sharpie, you can do that for yourself. So you know, there's no real worry with that, I don't think. And obviously, you can sit them on top of his head. Let's try and work this out again. So you need to put this on that way round, I think. Bear with me, folks. This might not work. Be careful with that green strap. I've just noticed that with tugging, trying to get it around this quiff, that plastic is slightly tearing. Now, I need to open this as well, so that's a bit of a bad point. But just once it's on, I'm just taking it off on and off to show you his face. But I think, oh, let's just get it on there, right? It's raised up there. It's raised, stands up. So that's not bad. I think it's a great figure, actually. As I said before, there are many Ghostbusters figures, lots of different ranges and types and styles, but that's a really good one. I like that. I like that a lot. I like this new plasma range. So, there's Ray. And I think what would be good if he had the Siggy on his lip, just pets on his lip, you know, when he sees disgusting blob. Oh, ugly little spud, isn't he? I think he can hear you, Ray. Let's get on to Gozer. Oh, I have forgotten the actress's name. She was a model, wasn't she? A dancer. Aim for the flat top. When I was a kid, I had the hots for this girl. Nimble little minx, isn't she? Because that body, that hairdo in the 80s, a woman with a severe flat top, a high flat top, sexy. Now, as you can see her there, there's the accessory with her, other than the Vince Clortho bits and bobs, is the sort of plasma beam hands. You do get the normal hands too, which are here. There you go, normal hand. And it is just like a plug and go. Just plug it in. So you just pull them out and stick the new ones in. And the hands with the laser beam effect are just hands with the laser beam effect attached. So you just take them old hands out and you put those ones in. But when you apply the laser beam effect, you will need to have it on a stand. I mean, I will say that she's not wearing the high heels which she does in the movie, and I can see why that is, to give it a more solid base to stand on. But it's sexy with the heels, I've got to say. But she will not stand up with these affixed to her arms. She will not. You will need to get a stand or blue tack her down or whatever you do to make your figure stand proud. But there she is. Then died. Let's move that a bit so you can see her face. The flat top is good. She's definitely not as pretty, but that is not a bad likeness of the girl itself. The cheekbones, the pout, the red blazing eyes. And what you've got as well on the body and the costume, you've got this sort of, I don't know, mutated sort of sparkly effect. Look at the bum, you've got a bit of stuff going on there, you know, a lattice effect, which you've got running up and down the entire costume. But you've got these lumps and bumps and things, which I'm not even sure, are they in the middle? They must be, but I don't recall them being sort of so pustulant looking. If you look around the groinal area, That's kind of off-putting, isn't it? You know, folks, if you dabble in the nether regions and you discover those kind of protuberances, step away from the pubic area swiftly. But it's good though, isn't it? That's actually not a bad effect. I like that. The colours of the beams, the crisscrossing effect. Don't cross the streams. Why not? It would be very bad. But look at them, they're not bad. Not bad at all. Nice purple colour. And there's a bit of translucency to them. So, you know, if you look at that, that looks really good. And that is how she looks in the movie. So get yourself a stand. And then you've got the poise, you've got the balance. We've got the tools, we've got the talent. But she still is quite a sexy little figure. So, and I always like Gozer. You don't see much of Gozer, but there you go, there's a profile. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So these figures, I've got to say, I'm quite impressed. As I say, there's a few more to get. The Sigourney Weaver Dana Barrett figure, it's a good likeness of Sigourney Weaver. I've said many times that I don't find Sigourney Weaver, although a great actress, I don't find her particularly attractive. Never did, except when she stripped down to the barely fitting little panties in the Narcissus shuttlecraft in Alien. But bad timing, strip off when there's a great big xenomorph just lurking behind you in the pipework. But I don't find her attractive, and yet in Ghostbusters, she is a lot prettier than in most movies, and certainly the figure does her justice. It really does in this plasma range. Incidentally, we were watching Ghostbusters yesterday, and my son said, "Doesn't Dana Barrett look like me mum?" I always thought like Mrs. Kilt-Man looked like Jessica Harper from Suspiria, which I've said many times, and I thought, oh my god. Yeah, she does. It's the hair. It's the hair. It's the lack of top lip. My daughter says, like, never trust people who've got no top lips. Because Mrs. Kilt-Man, her mother, and her brother Luke both have got no top lips. No, we don't trust them at all. No. But me and my daughter have got big, full, big, sort of chimpanzee lips, you know. And but you can trust us implicitly. But these figures, folks, are great. So I recommend them. I've only got these two so far. I fully intend to get the rest. As I say, they're not new. They're relatively new. I think they're the newest range. But you can guarantee that once Ghostbusters Afterlife finally hits the market, something just ran across the conservatory roof there. Spooky. There'll be a whole new range of stuff coming out, obviously. The merchandise at the moment, the Proton-Packs, the Neutona-Wands, the EPK Goggles, you've got the absolutely fabulous, you know, pure prop replica facsimiles, which are very expensive but incredibly good. But Ruby's do a good range of toy versions, which I don't mean the inflatable one. Don't waste your time with the inflatable one. If you're just going to someone's piss-up party down the road, so it doesn't really matter, and if it gets trashed, people put a ciggy into it. Well, it won't last long. People put a ciggy into an inflatable one. But you don't want your big, expensive prop to get damaged, do you? So that kind of shit, that's all right for, you know, steggy little dudes like that. But if you're going to Comic-Con or a big Ghostbusters convention, then you want to look the part and have the best stuff. But and Rubies don't do a bad version of the Proton Pack, so I'll probably get that at some point. But hey, it's all money. I ain't got any. But these are great figures, folks. I like them. I'll show you the Vince Clortho stuff. There's the head which you get with Gozer. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm not actually genuinely interested in getting that figure. But, you know, obviously, if I get all the others, then I will inadvertently pick up the rest of these pieces. And for Ray, you do get the back leg, one of the back legs of Vince Clortho's Terror Dog. But yeah, they're not bad at all. I'll put them both. Oh. See, Ray stands pretty well, but for Gozer, you really do have to get a stand, because with those beams, she will let you down. Unlike you, Ray, you never let me down, do you? Let's put it. Now it's quite a wide hole in the foot, so you need like a pin with a wide pin, I should say. And luckily, back in the heyday when I was in business making these, we made them for all types of figures. So we do actually have stands that do the bigger hole. There they are. There's the two of them. Choose, Meghan and Harry, choose the form of the Destructor. Oh, you went for Oprah Winfrey. Much damage will be done. Folks, cheers to you all. I have been and always shall be Kilt-Man at your services. Please take it easy. Keep it kilted. Keep it Celtic. Look after yourselves. Make money. New law. It can't buy happiness, but it sure as hell makes you happy just having it. I'm going to see you all. Stop button didn't work again. Is it my thumb or is it the stop button? Gozer, over to you. Stop filming now.